now and then when I feel a bit buggy, I look at the floor, maybe need a new ruggy. Scratch that, I'll get some beers and get chuggy. Nah, man, I know what I need, some old man huggy. Old man huggy. Some old man huggy. Put your headphones on for proper audio quality, motherfucker. Disclosure, we're getting into bets quickly today because 2.0 is with family and he's got to do a bunch of stuff, and apparently like my sister's got to take him somewhere. I'm not getting in trouble, so we're going to get into bets first. We're definitely getting into the Cowboys-Jags game, Jalen Hurts being hurt, Cowboys-Eagles this week. Yes, I will be at the game. I'm very excited about that. So we got a lot of shit to get into. I know they're waiting in the wings. If they want to jump in whenever you guys are ready, y'all can jump in. But I know we got to get into bets super quick. Mr. Goody's going to be here. Elwood's here. I have a clip. It's a video that Elwood took of him. He went to A&E or AEW. Wrestling.
AEW, yeah.
AEW went to a wrestling thing. Oh, okay. And we got 2.0 up already.
Yes, sir.
With the background, bro. That is bougie as fuck, dude. You got the eight. What is that? You got the pennants? Who is that?
That's the Red Sox. This is my grandpa's office, so you can thank him for that.
Hella hats up. Well, thank you for being here. And Elwood somewhere, probably not on camera because he probably looks cringe as fuck. And then Mr. Goody somewhere, he's probably like smoking. Hey, that was an amazing entrance. Amazing. You get the evil laugh for that one too. Elwood in the house, and Goody will pop in at some point. But yeah, episode number 16, where 2.0's got dinner, so we are going to get into bets with them pretty quickly. But Cowboys are going to lose, man. I don't give a fuck who's playing quarterback. Cowboys are losing. It doesn't matter if it's Minshew. It doesn't matter if fucking Detmer comes up off the bench. The aura for Philly is so strong to win this game in the Jerry Dome this week that the Colts are pulling Nick Foles off the scrap heap. Oh, shit.
Hey, bro.
Hey, what's up? How are you?
How you doing? I'm good.
Just another show. I got you on. You got the applause. I promise I won't keep him super late. I know he's like, I have dinner. I was like, all right, don't get me in trouble, man.
Okay.
No, but how are you? Are you guys chilling, relaxing? Everyone's good?
Yeah, we're just hanging. Joseph went golfing today, and
of course,
and I went and got our nails done, and it was just kind of your basic holiday festivities.
Okay, hell yeah. Well, awesome.
So,
well, that's
it's good to see you.
It's good to see you. Yeah, no, and we see Dad, the original old man Huggie, on Friday. So I see him
because you're going to the game on Saturday.
So I'm going to the game on Saturday. Everyone's been very understanding because it's like, oh, I'm going to the game. They're like, oh, I wish I could go. I'm like, sorry. It's starts at like 3:20 or 4 o'clock, so it's that perfect time. So yeah. Well,
that's it.
Be good.
Right. Well, love you.
I love you too. Be good. You're not gonna say hello to my sister Elwood.
I didn't know that's who that was.
Yeah, that's my oldest sister. So that's like the OG.
How old?
I mean, we don't get it. You don't say someone's age, but there we are.
Well, I was trying to compare to my sisters.
Well, I mean, yeah. So that's from my on our Game of Thrones family type shit. That's from my dad's first marriage. So
because my sisters are 50.
Yeah, they're the same range ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said,
they were 16, 17 when I was born.
She's,
so.
My sister Kathy's definitely, 39, going on 40, living her best life, crushing it, rocking it.
Well, I know.
She's also a boss. She's also a boss at here. She's a low-key boss. Like, she's a beast.
When Cowboys win on Saturday, I don't want to hear anything about, well, it was our backup quarterback. Because pretty sure y'all's win was with our backup.
I'm not gonna say that.
Only be fair.
No, you're good. I mean, but I think Gardner Minshew me. Hold on. Gardner Minshew is a better quarterback than Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
He has a winning record as a starter. He has a winning record as a starting quarterback.
So does
the last time we saw him play and come in, he played and lit it the fuck up. Like he can light it the fuck up. Gardner Minshew is one of the better backups in the league. And he's still young.
Rush last year lit it up against Vikings in Vikings home.
Yeah, but I mean, we've seen Gardner Minshew go out for a complete season and win games.
All I know is Philly will win the game if Cowboys' pass rushing defense has been like it has been the past 2 weeks, which is non-existent.
Well, if our pass rush is there, if we start getting some sacks, you guys are in trouble. That's if our defense shows up, you guys are in trouble. That's really what it comes down. Regardless of who's on our offense, if our secondary plays like it's capable of playing, and basically it's going to come down to our secondary versus your receivers, our pass rush versus Dak, and then our receivers versus your secondary.
Honestly, I don't even care because we're both in the playoffs. So
all right, well, where is Mr. Goody?
I know. I want to say
he's in it, but he's sitting. He's always doing something. Always bullshitting somehow.
Hey, I'm a single parent tonight, so.
Oh, look out. Wearing his loose jeans.
If I can get on the podcast being a single mom, he can't do it. No excuse.
I did pull up the clip. I do have. I don't know if you saw it in the notes, but there's a clip.
There's one there, right there.
There's a clip.
Keep them nice and quiet.
There's a clip of you. Where is it? Of you at you on TV, man. Well,
front row, baby.
Did you see this in the notes? 2.0.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I'll have to
got on TV.
Well, you were on TV, but that's like a video that I guess y'all took, the one that's on Facebook.
I have the episode recorded. It's even great live. It's so good.
Here it is.
All right, so how is that? What's the difference between that and the WWE?
Yeah, give us a little background here, because what do we see?
AEW, you know how back in the day when we were kids, it was WCW and WWF?
Yeah.
And those were their main competitors.
Yeah.
Well, WWE now has not had any real competition forever. And so this kid, which is the son, funny enough, it fits in with football podcasts. Tony Khan is the son of the owners of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know the Khans. Yeah.
And so the son is apparently obsessed with wrestling, huge fanboy, and was like, Dad, let me start my own wrestling company. And sure enough, fronted him. Chris Jericho signed on early on. But it's kind of like the only reason I hopped on, I haven't watched wrestling since I was a kid. I had no care about WWE or staying on with it. And I read an article about if you were a huge fan of wrestling in the 90s, check out this new company, AEW. And I was like, well, I was a huge fan of wrestling in the 90s. Let's check it out. And they're killing it. And recent years, they've stolen talent from WWE. And apparently, a lot of wrestlers like working with AEW because they have more control over their character. So I didn't know this either. Say you're an independent wrestler and you've been working the circuits for 15 to 20 years, right? Just trying to make your name.
Yeah.
Well, you get a contract signed with WWE and they can straight up say, hey, all that development that you've done with your character is nice and all, but we're going this route. And you have no say what they do your whole life that you've worked towards, kind of thing. So
yeah, well, I mean,
That's
that's
the
how they
big-
get you. You're
the
like
nutshell.
you're a private contractor. So that's like the whole no health insurance, no long-term benefits. They like fuck people over. That's like, you know, one of the big follies of Vince McMahon is he's like fucked over so many people and they control people's lives and, you know, they can just not like it. But like, so this was in Dallas, right? You said it was in like Garland?
It was in Garland at the Curtis Colwell Center.
Okay, and so this is AEW, and who is this guy in the video? Give us some background.
So what's even better. I remember I called J Hugs before, like on our way to the event, and I was like, man, it's gonna be fun, you know, hopefully I can make TV or whatnot. And the guy that I got to stop is actually the main heel of the whole company, which if you don't know the term heel, it's like what they use as like he's the villain. His character is meant to piss people off and have people boo him and hate him. And so the fact that I got the main company's heel to stop right in front of me after I called him a dick and throw my hat into the audience was amazing.
Yeah, so is this like during a fight or was he walking out?
Yeah, so this is in the middle of the fight. He's known for if he's losing the fight, he'll like get out of the ring and like rest where the crowd will like boo him, you know, because he's like avoiding getting hurt or whatnot.
Yeah.
So this was the part in the fight where he gets out of the ring and then he gets out. And what's funny, which the video that I have doesn't show it, but the live footage shows it. Right before I call him a dick, he walks by this dude that has a full bucket of popcorn that's full to the brim, and he just throws it out of the dude's hands and spills it everywhere. And I'm just like, what a dick!
Yeah, and like, so he's walking down, I guess, from being a dick. There's somebody who looks like Raggedy Ann fucking in the background with that mop
That's the
top.
security guard.
Yeah, that security guard's got some wild ass hair, bro. Like, it looks like Raggedy
Yeah, who's
Andy.
it? My
Just
friend,
in the
I
corner,
think he was
these
like,
poofy ass sleeves and a vest. That
yeah,
security
my
guard
friend was
is like,
like,
is a
who's that
moon.
clown in the background? And I was like, that's the
Seriously.
security girl's hair.
Yeah, who is that? Who is Raggedy Andy, dude, on hard times doing security?
So yeah, even funnier, my buddy was watching it live on TBS, and when it happened, he texted me and he was like, "Bro, your hat!"
Yeah, so he's right by you. Hold on, I'm gonna play this. Let's just let it run.
You got this, man. Let's go.
What's awesome is when I saw that video, that might be the happiest I've ever seen you in your entire life.
Oh, I was pretty
Yeah,
drunk.
what a
I had-
dick.
I had
What a dick.
100-gram milligram edible before, so I was just on hot. Yeah, and I was literally geeking like a little kid, dude. I was just like, and then watching the replay when he stares me down at first, seeing my face on the live footage, just how I'm like full of cheesing.
Yeah.
He almost cracks a smile,
Yeah.
but then he's like, I gotta stay in character.
Yeah, dude, you're having a moment.
And
You're a whole
I'm not gonna
moment
lie,
right
I'm
there.
watching a bunch of Sopranos again, and so like right when he threw my hat, I just had to do like the over the top Italian, you know, like, ah!
Yeah, dude, that was.
So it made my whole year. And what was funny is I got married this year, right? And so
Mhm.
I'd tell someone, I'm like, dude, made my whole year, highlighted the whole year. And he was like, even over your wedding? And I go, my wife would agree. And I told Karina the story and she totally laughed. And she was like, oh, by far top the wedding.
Yeah, shout out, congrats, wedding. And yeah, that's fucking awesome. And this dude's staring you the fuck down, man. And then he knocks
I mean,
your hat.
To be real, and like
Oh.
as a kid growing up as a wrestling fan, that's the one moment I could like never thought would happen in my life, to where the main bad guy stares me down and throws my hat, and I got my hat back instantly, so it was all fun and good.
Dude, the security guard next to you too is like laughing, and you go like,
Oh,
"Oh, he's smart."
dude,
He's like,
I
"What?
didn't notice
dude's
this until rewatching the episode that we recorded right when it happened, because they didn't know how I was going to react. There's like 3 like 2 black dudes and 1 white guy, and they're just jacked as fuck security guards, and they're just like ready to pounce on me if I fucking had like a negative reaction.
That's so great. So great. Well, shout out to you. Congrats. You got a rise out of the heel. Big moment.
I'll be honest, I was still riding that high that the
Bucket
Jaguars game, I couldn't even be that upset. I was like, fuck, it's best week ever.
Bucket list for sure. Definite bucket list. Well, congrats, sir. Well, I mean, we'll jump right into these bets as soon as Mr. Goody gets here with his bitch ass. I guess while we're waiting on him, let's talk real quick. Have you seen about this transfer portal with all these college kids? And
No.
Oh, he's in his black beanie mode, dude, and Wu-Tang, dude. Mr. Goody coming in.
Dude, so good to see you. I'm glad you're all good.
Looking Looking like I'm looking like a I don't know, like you're about to go street rap, like rap battle or something.
I'm always ready to battle.
I was looking at like I'm almost always the same in all of our little thumbnails and stuff, and then I look at yours, and yours is just like a progression where it's like hoodie up, hoodie down, like where it's like, and then the past couple of them beanies. So I just noticed that. But like I said, Joe's got the fancy background today. Well, welcome. Just so you know, Joe's got to get into some dinner with family shit. So we're going to jump into bets first, and then we're going to jump into all the topics and stuff like that. Coolio?
Cool.
All right, cool. Well, how did you do on your bets from before? What are you looking like? Where are you at for the year? Give us a little bit of a rundown.
Okay, so I had the Seahawks in that Thursday night game for the long shot.
Mm-hmm.
So that blew it up immediately. And I had not placed a bet on the 2 parlays. So I put together an 18 parlay, which was like a combination of the 2 almost. And I did Vikings, Chiefs, Eagles, Bengals, Chargers, Bills, and Falcons plus 5.5 because I bought a 1.5. They would have covered anyways. And the 8th team, the Cowboys.
Oh,
7 of those hit, and the Cowboys blew it in overtime.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was fucking brutal.
Yeah, and they were up big time, so you were like, I got this shit. I got this locked down.
Yeah, well, I forgot like all the teams, so I went back and looked at it, and I was like looking at the scores. I'm like, okay, and I'm like, wait, that was lost. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, they blew that shit. That's hilarious.
yeah, when Lawrence fumbled, my dad actually called me and he was like, well, they have it. And I was like, and then I called him back because he went to take a shower and didn't even watch the end of the game. And I was like, you fucking jinxed it. He's like, what? They lost?
Pathetic.
I think I said last week, I was like, that's going to be a tougher game than people realize, and Trevor Lawrence has been hot as shit. He's been throwing the ball like crazy. He's got something like 13 touchdowns, 2 picks in the past 5 or 6 games. He's like one of the highest rated throwers of the ball. They have an outside chance to make the playoffs, but I'm not shocked. I'm shocked that they blew the lead, but I mean, I thought that it would be, I didn't think they'd get up that big on the Jaguars originally, but
yeah, I thought it would be closer than, you know, if this game was played like 5 weeks ago. But yeah, once they had that lead, I was like, okay, this is a wrap. They have the defense to hold on to this.
And one thing that we're seeing that's a trend with the Cowboys right now is an inability to stop the run. And Etienne ran all over. That's one thing that's overlooked in this game is Trevor Lawrence and Etienne ran all over the Cowboys. And I would say that the Jags' run game is still experimental, and they're still figuring that out. Whereas a team like the Eagles, some of these teams that they're going to potentially face in the playoffs have much more structure, I feel like, to their running game, and that could be difficult for the Cowboys moving forward. They got kind of exposed in a lot of different fronts last game, and I think them being exposed against the run was way overlooked because Etienne ran for over a buck and like did whatever he wanted, was gashing those guys. And he's not,
I'll be honest, I didn't think the rush defense was as bad as what's his name, Joseph, but they were just tearing apart on the side.
Yeah. All right. Well, so you missed both of your bets for last week, or 3 parlays, I guess.
Well, I didn't bet the other 2, but so let's not count the one that I did not on the show. So down to 2 units.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go back. I've lost track on the units, so I'm gonna go back and then I'll make like a spreadsheet and know exactly.
Yeah, I think we're all down.
Yeah.
All right, well, tell
I
me.
mean, I looked at my sports book account in the last 31 days. I'm up a total of $4 in sports gambling. Last 31 days.
Hey, there you go, King. $4. That's what I'm talking about. We making moves one day at a time, one move at a time, one step at a time.
But I'm up like
Can't
1,500.
stop, won't stop.
I'm up like 1,500 on the poker tables. Started with $50.
All right, well, tell me about your picks
Online?
this week.
Yeah. All right. So, Mr. Bookie, 2 shoes, parlay specials. Where's my theme music? Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. All right. So let's start off with the. I usually do a 7-team favorite parlay, but you know what? I'm gonna juice it up for Christmas, baby. 8-team favorite parlay. Here we go.
Ooh.
I got the Bills at Chicago minus 450, Bengals at New England minus 170,
Easy.
Lions at Carolina minus 150, Giants I got the Vikings at home against the Giants minus 210. I've got KC at home versus Seattle minus 450. I've got the Niners at home versus the Washington Seawards minus 330. Chargers in Indy minus 220. And then Miami at home hosting the shitty Green Bay Packers minus 200. Altogether, that's a plus 1,560 point parlay.
That's pretty big.
And I bet this one like immediately. So
Bills over Chicago, no doubt. Bengals over New England. After what
there's
we
only
saw,
one
Mac
game
Jones
out of
get
all of
bitched.
that is a little like I feel like the game could be weird. Is the Chargers
At Indy.
game?
Big Dick Nick coming off
That's
the bench.
That's the only game
dude.
where I was like, Indy's been doing weird stuff.
yeah,
But
shitty
they did
stuff.
just blow the. I mean, let's hand it to Matt Ryan being a part of the 2 biggest blow lead records in the league.
Yeah, dude. Well, they got Big Dick Nick coming out there, dude. He's gonna slang him around. Like it's
Okay,
Saturday.
but like, had he not, won the Super Bowl for us, you're telling me that you're rolling out Jeff Saturday and Nick Foles, and the Chargers have a chance to get in the playoffs, and Indy's done. That they're gonna
Right.
come on.
Well, I'm saying this is
Herbert's
Nick,
better than
Nick
that.
Foles is coming out to help me because I originally had the Chargers not making the playoffs. I looked right for a whole bunch of it, and now I look wrong. So I need the Colts to step up.
Nope.
Let's go.
Jim Irsay's like too busy like power smoking cigarettes and like flicking them like at like Big Dick Nick on the sidelines.
I'm clean now. I'm clean. We're like, sure, dude. All right. Well, that's pretty good. Plus 1560. Tell me about this 3-team long shot.
All right, 3-team long shot parlay. All these teams are on the road. So I got the Eagles in Dallas. Christmas Eve. Joseph will be in the house.
I might try to live stream from some of it from inside just because the view will be so
That
good.
is illegal.
Not if it's just on me. I don't really show the field, and
You can only do it in the party zone, dude.
Well, fuck Jerry Jones and his party zone. When I'm up there, when I'm in the Jerry Dome, I'm gonna do what I want. Always in the barbershop talking about Jalen Hurts ain't this, Jalen Hurts ain't no hitter, Jalen Hurts a fake. Shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying, man, the NFL is litigious.
That was some Chief Keef.
You might get old man Huggie banned from YouTube or something.
You know we roll with AJ Brown and them.
Back. No, they're gonna light them up, dude. It's gonna
hope
be
so.
embarrassing.
All right, well, so
They-
Eagles
they-
at
they-
Dallas. Yeah, I hope so.
They could barely beat the Texans, and then they lost to the Jaguars. Like, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah, well, we'll get into that in a second. But so you got Eagles over Dallas plus 180. What's your
Plus
next
180.
one?
I'm riding that Trevor Lawrence, baby.
Okay.
Jaguars at Jets.
Okay.
And this is plus 100, so it's basically a pick 'em.
Okay.
But it was like minus 110 for the Jets. So, whatever. It was hard to find 3 after going with 8 games. So, Eagles at Dallas, Jaguars at Jets, Texans. Been playing people hard here. Divisional game at Tennessee, plus 135. Collectively, those 3 games together, Eagles, Jaguars, Texans, plus 1,216.
12, 16.
And I bet this one as well already.
Already bet it. Let's go.
So I could be up a lot of units here if one or two of these hit.
Yeah, you could be up, definitely. Those are good, man. I like those. I like those 3-team long shots. Those are definitely believable. Titans have been dropping like flies. Jags, I mean, like I said, they're probably playing the best football in that division, and they still have an outside chance to make the playoffs, especially if a team like the Titans lose. I think they have to play each other one more time too. I don't have the schedule in front of me. But if they do, I mean, the Jags have a chance to make the playoffs and really fuck some people up. They got a lot of talent. It's totally
But the Jets have a chance too.
Well, the Jets do, but I mean, I don't know. Zach Wilson, the offense still looks bad. You're rolling out a quarterback who might be 5-3, but he's got a 55% completion rating. Like, fuck that kid. He's too worried trying to bang moms than go out there and play.
He's not 5-3, is he?
Yeah, he's 5-3, but he's got
like in his career
for the season. But he's like 9-9 or something, 9 touchdowns, 9 picks. He's nothing spectacular. White's got less, has less stuff. What is that sound? Has less has a higher completion percentage, and they average
Mike White's
more
the guy.
And they average more points per game with him in the game. But he's not playing.
Better.
I know, but he's not playing. So they're rolling out there with Mr. Zachary Bang Your Mom Wilson, and I just don't buy into it.
Well, dude, I'm into banging moms. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
Quentin Williams too, their defensive tackle. They got some injuries. I don't think it's like in the cards for them. Honestly, they're probably going to do an overhaul, and we'll see what they end up doing at quarterback moving forward. They might move Wilson to someone else who's desperate for a quarterback and looking for one. He could end up on the Washington C-words for the fuck all we know. Who knows? I'm not sure what their first round pick status is, but I don't think it's fantastic.
I think that both the Jets and the Commanders, the C words, sorry. You can bleep that. But I think that they both like their backup quarterbacks. I think the Mikes, Mike's, what's the guy's name? Mike Smith? Mike White. Mike White and then Heineke.
Yeah, I mean, they've already talked about, like, if Heineke gets benched for Wentz, like, how do you feel about being a backup? We'll see. I mean, I don't really buy into it, but yeah, I'm just saying I could easily see the Jets losing that game. I think Dallas could easily lose this game, and the Titans have been playing like garbage, and the Texans got something to play for, and if they could spoil your fucking day, they'll step up to the goddamn plate and do it. And the last few seconds. Hey, H-Town players.
Lovie Smith doesn't fuck around.
When did H-Town become Jersey?
Don't worry about it. We're talking bets over here.
Yeah. Don't you disrespect Johnny Septic?
Shit. Clean your pipes out. All right. Well, those are Mr. Goody's bets. They're fantastic. They're good. Place them. 2.0. Let's do a little bit of a recap with your bitch ass.
All right. So we had the Texans at the Chiefs under 49. That did not hit. Texans were able to take the Chiefs to overtime, but did end up losing 30-24. Didn't expect the Texans offense to have as much success as they did with Dameon Pierce out, but props to them. And the Chiefs defense got exposed for the second week in a row, and if they want to have any shot at winning the Super Bowl, they need to figure that out, or it's just not going to happen. And we had the 3-leg teaser here. So we had to tease the Steelers from +3 to +9 at the Panthers. They ended up winning outright 24-16. We had the Rams at the Packers. We teased the Packers from -7 to -1. Packers ended up winning 24-12. Baker Mayfield was 12 for 21 with 111 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. So he is still garbage. And then we teased the Cardinals from +3 to +9 at the Broncos. Cardinals lost 24-15, so that leg was a push. So I was mistaken. So at least with my book, if there's 3 legs on a teaser and one of them pushes, like the whole bet isn't a loss, just that leg voids out.
Yeah.
So that was actually a win, which was nice. It was just at the -120 odds instead of the +150 odds. So
Scooped up a W on a push. I was wondering what partly meant. I was like, what do you mean partly? But now I gotcha.
Then we had the 3-leg money line parlay. We had the Bills money line hosting the Dolphins. We had the Bengals money line at the Bucks and the Eagles money line at the Bears. Those all three did hit. Bills needed a fourth quarter comeback to get the win, but did not cover the 7-point spread. Bengals won 34-23, but looked awful in the first half. And at one point, the Bucks had more first downs than the Bengals had offensive plays. Was watching that game and I'm like, there's no way this bet hits. Like, well, let me just turn on another game here. But they ended up winning, which was nice. And then, of course, the Eagles handled business.
Yeah.
3 rushing TDs for Jalen. You know what I'm saying?
So
And a
overall,
banged-up
2-1. Yeah. Overall, 2-1, up about 1.25 units.
Okay, nice. So we're still down like half.
Oh, so I made a lot of money on the World Cup, so that definitely helped.
Oh, okay, good. Hell yeah. That's right. Make them side bets. That's what we talking about. Gang, robot gang from the future. Beep, boop, 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 boop.
I bet on the Packers Rams game, and I was gonna do a teaser.
So, Goody talking. I can't see or hear Goody at all.
Really?
Really? I can see him just fine.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I don't know. So if I talk over you, Goody, I apologize. I can't see or hear you at all.
Well, can you see and hear me?
Yeah.
And can you see Elwood's ugly face?
Oh, sadly.
You can't see me.
But you can't see him. All right. Well, let's go through because that was your recap. So let's do your bets real quick, and then we'll chit chat. But I know you got to go because you got to go do dinner. So then we can get into topics. Me and the other two asshats. So what are your picks for this week?
I got 4 picks. First off, we got the Lions at the Panthers. We're taking the Lions -2.5 at -110. The Lions have won 6 of their last 7 games, with the 1 loss coming to the Bills, in which they lost 28-25. Oh, the Lions have been red hot. I have them as like top half of the league. Also had 359 yards of total offense last week against an elite Jets defense, which is the most that the Jets have given up since week 2 of the season. So that does bode well for the Lions. The Panthers defense gave up 156 yards on the ground while only gaining 21 rushing yards themselves. I don't think they're going to have an easier time against the Lions this week, as the Lions defense has only given up 100 yards or more rushing only once in the last 5 weeks. So these two teams are going in very different directions. So I'm going to take the hot team here and go with the Lions.
Yeah, Lions have been hot as fuck lately. They're creeping on a playoff spot. Dan Campbell, dude, they're scary. They're going to be scary as fuck next year too.
How long do you think it is before they give him a
It'll be
Campbell
interesting to see if they
commercial?
stick with Jared Goff, because obviously he's having success, but do they really think that he's the answer?
Yeah, I think they do. And the cap hit he's at, like, they got to keep him. They don't really have a choice. He's playing way too hot now to give him up. That you got to hold on to him, utilize your draft picks to improve. Either it's on the offensive line, but they got Penei Sewell. Their defense looks good, but you can always improve your secondary. Maybe get a really good pass rusher. They have lots of options. That they have some flexibility with Goff still at quarterback. At least they have some stability. And he's been dealing. I mean, even when they were 1-7 or whatever they were, wasn't that what they were, 1-7? They had one of like the highest.
They have one of the top offenses.
Yeah, they have like the highest scoring offense in the league. So I mean, they have 2 good running backs. They got some good receivers and Amon-Ra St. Brown. They got Williams back. I mean, they did trade away their tight end, but it doesn't look like they've really missed a beat. I think they weren't really utilizing Hockenson like they should be. I hear his name way more now that he's playing for the Vikings than I ever did when he was playing for the Lions. So at least, they've got some sort of stability with him that they got to roll with it.
Yeah, that's fair. Makes sense.
All right, and what's your next pick?
Next up, the Bills at the Bears. Taking the Bears +9 at -120. So my book has them at +8.5. Some books still have them at +9. I like the +9 a lot more than +8.5. So if you can buy that extra points, I would recommend that. As long as the odds aren't too bad, and the books don't try and screw you over with it. But so diving into it, this is a huge look ahead spot for the Bills as they play the Bengals next week. They pretty much already got the division wrapped up, but they're still neck and neck with the Chiefs competing for that number 1 overall spot in the first round bye in the playoffs. The Eagles were in a similar spot last week as they play the Cowboys this week, and they only won 25-20 and did not cover. And then you have the Bills, who have only won by 8 points or more only 5 times this year and only once since week 8, which was against the Browns. Then you also have the Bills defense that gave up 188 yards last week on the ground to Miami. And Miami does not have an exceptional running game by any means. And as we all know, the ground game is what the Bears live or die by. So, and there's also a good chance they'll get Khalil Herbert back this week, which will help them a lot even more. The high in Chicago on Saturday is going to be 11 degrees, and the total for this game is only at 40. So that tells me that points are going to be at a premium. And given that the Bills are in this big look-ahead spot, they have such a large number to cover. I feel like they just want to get in and get out with a win. I'm going to lay the points with the Bears here and take them at +9.
Okay, and what's your next one?
We got the Raiders at the Steelers. We got Steelers taking the Steelers on the spread at -2.5 at -110. So, fun stat here. This is really fun for me because I'm a Broncos fan and I hate the Raiders. Derek Carr is 1-7 straight up in games below 40 degrees and 0-4 in games below freezing. The weather on Saturday night in Pittsburgh is supposed to be about 11 degrees. So it does not bode well for this Raiders offense. The Steelers do have an elite rushing defense, so while Josh Jacobs is good enough to have some success on the ground, ultimately, I feel like it's going to be up to Derek Carr and their passing game to get the win here. And in this cold weather, I don't have a whole lot of faith in them to do that. Then the Raiders defense is average against the run, but the Steelers have ran for over 150 yards in 3 of their last 4 games. So given the cold weather, it's going to be vital for these two teams to establish the ground game. And I think the Steelers are going to have more success with that as well. They'll also get Kenny Pickett back this week, or at least they're supposed to. So that'll help out their ground game as well and give them another option that the Raiders have to account for. So at home in prime time, I'm going to take the Steelers -2.5.
All right, and then your teaser. Tell me about this teaser.
Yeah, so we got a little 2-leg teaser here. We got the Buccaneers at the Cardinals. We're teasing the Bucs from -7.5 down to -1.5. Then the Commanders at the 49ers, we're teasing the Commanders from -7 to -1. So diving into it a little bit, the Cardinals are going to be starting Trace McSorley at quarterback this week as Kyler Murray is out for the season and Colt McCoy is dealing with a concussion.
The pride of Penn State.
That's where he went? Oh, that's right. So with
Trace
everything
McSorley.
I have, all my numbers, and with this division race being so tight in the NFC South, I just don't see the Bucs losing this game to the Cardinals, especially with Trace McSorley as their quarterback. So I'm going to tease them down to -1.5. I expect them to get the win, and they should win by 2 points or more.
Okay.
And then for the Commanders-49ers game, 49ers get a long week ahead of this game as they beat the Seahawks last week on Thursday Night Football. Plain and simple, I expect them to take care of business here against the Commanders. The Commanders are entering a dire stretch of their season, and they have little room for error if they want to make the playoffs. But Brock Purdy has proven that he can have success within this offense and can lead and can put up a lot of points against not horrible defenses. So we only need them to win by 2 points, which they should easily do at home this week. So we're teasing the Bucs and the 49ers here.
All right, those are solid picks, man. Yeah, I mean, I could see the Bucs look like shit though. So yes, but the Bucs look like shit. Cardinals are bad, but the Bucs look like shit. And Commanders are playing hot. I think that Purdy's going to run into somebody with a serious defense in the playoffs and get smacked. I just don't think that anybody's really put their hands on him yet. I think that whenever it does happen, he's going to implode like heavily. It'll be a game where he throws like 3 picks and gets sacked 5 times or something, where he's just deer in headlights. I mean, it's, like I just don't see him being able to ride this wave, because he's not like, and not to be a dick, but like where Tom Brady is still has some intangibles that were like, whoa, okay, he does that better than most. Or, you know, Tom Brady's a big, tall dude. He's a smaller guy that no one's really put their hands on him yet like that. That I don't know if, like, if he faced a defense like the defense he has, like a pass rush like the Eagles, I don't think he's getting away as easy, you know?
Yeah, he's got a purty mouth.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Well, all right,
But
man.
I hope that doesn't happen this week.
Yeah, true. Well, those are bets, and I appreciate you coming on, man. Go do your dinner thing with the fam. I'm not going to get in trouble, like I said, but I appreciate you coming on still. And, you know, we'll be back next week because it doesn't really affect anything, so we should be good, and we'll have an update. And yeah, keep betting on those side bets, man. Way to win some World Cup shit. Viva Messi.
Sir.
All right. Well, be good, man. Thanks for being on here, 2.0.
Talk later. Have a good day.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, man. I'll talk to you soon. I'll call you on Christmas for sure.
All right, cool.
Later.
Yeah, make sure to wrap it up, but Christmas presents this time.
Yeah, you have to wrap your Christmas presents. Or if you're me and you hate wrapping them up, I just put them in like bags. I would be like, just close your eyes. Okay, open them. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. I have no idea how to like wrap a present.
Yeah, no.
Oh, my wife got mad at me because I tell her I don't ever wrap, and she saw me wrapping my. I got my buddy some disc for Christmas, and I was wrapping the disc. She's like, I can't believe you're wrapping your friends' presents. And then she came over and saw my wrapping job, and she was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
I was like, "I told you."
Just crumple it and tie it at the top.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to get into some topics real quick. I don't know if you guys saw this, or were you guys able to watch any of the clips at all?
Dude, I was like, how many clips are there? And it was so
No,
many.
I
It was so overwhelming. I didn't watch any of them.
Well, come on, they're not that bad.
The list was long when I was trying to go put in
always
the.
decently long. Well, they're just like little clips. There's one where it's Dabo Swinney, and he's the head coach of Clemson, and he's a total tool. Dabo's always been like, I don't know. Clemson's obviously like paid people to play there. Dabo's just holier than thou. Kind of, you know, nope, everybody's got the right to their religious beliefs, but he's a big religious nut. And, you know, these NIL deals, right now there's 1,000 kids that are in the transfer portal. And we've seen a lot of kids decommit and recommit today. Just, you know, with college players being able to go play where they want to play or where they're going to play and not sit on the bench. And he's talking about how they've always been an NIL school because they've always ran their school in the name, image, and likeness of Jesus or God.
Oh my
Thinking
god!
through it, and I honestly,
Barf,
for
but
me,
also a good conduit
built-
for us to use it with Christ Coin. You know,
True.
we get him to start selling that
dude,
shit.
he would be on Christ Coin for sure.
Yeah, he'd be like preaching it.
Yeah, he'd be a top Christ Coin advocate.
for me,
Yeah,
we built this program on NIL.
we start paying all the name and
We
likeness
really
with
did.
Christ Coin.
And it's probably different than what you're thinking, though. We built this program in God's name, image, and likeness.
In God's name,
And that's how I look at it. So
in God's name, image, and likeness, which is just like such a corny clip, man. That's just like a corny soundbite for parents. I can't stand Dabo Swinney. He's always been like that. He was like, ain't nobody gonna kneel not ever in my sidelines, or you're gonna be gone harder than the school can get you out, boy. I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here. He's kind of like this, just a cheesy, I don't know, Southern Bible salesman. He's just not my favorite, but that's an incredible quote. We've built this school in the name, image, and likeness of God.
Well, speaking of, I don't know why it made me think of the story of religion and football.
thinking
Grapevine
through it,
South,
and
like
honestly,
back in the
for
day.
me,
Y'all had
we
y'all had
built
like
this
spirit
program on
wrestlers,
NIL.
right? Like
Spirit wrestlers?
that's
No,
what
we just had
called
the
them. They
better
were, like,
team.
a group of kids that like wrote sketches for the pep rallies and stuff, and then like did push-ups.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I know what you mean. We
Yeah.
didn't call them that though.
Well,
They were
what y'all
called
call
the
mini
crew. I think
dragons,
they were
little
called
knights.
The crew.
Yeah, the crew.
The
Yeah,
crew.
the crew. Well, it was the South Lake Grapevine game in y'all's new stadium, and the whole South Lake team before the game was praying near the scoreboard. And one of our spirit wrestlers hops over in a trash can with a sign that says, "This is what you are," whatever, while everyone was praying. It was great.
We really did. And
You guys are
it's probably
praying
different
like
than
in
what you're
school?
thinking, though. We built this
Yeah,
program
you don't remember?
in
It was
God's
Coach Dodge's
name,
team.
image,
Y'all were
and
all
likeness.
praying.
And that's how
He
I
was
look
never
at
my
it.
that's
coach.
so
Not
cool.
my coach.
That's when Luna had the cast on his arm.
All right, well, okay, we got a caveat into this. We've talked about it before. I'm really excited. A round of applause. We have another butt story. Anytime, I don't know, I think it started with the chess game, with the chess, with Carl Magnuson or whatever, and the whole vibrating anal beads. But now we have another butt story. A French man sparks hospital evacuation with a World War I bomb in his butthole. So they went
Hell
in.
yeah.
This dude supposedly had a bomb in his butt. An 88-year-old man. They find it. They freak the fuck out. They like evacuate the hospital. It sparked a bomb scare because they were worried the shell would explode. It was an 8-inch bomb, bro. That is
How long had it been there?
I don't know, but
Since World War One?
Dude, that's no, not since World War One. Very funny.
I know.
Dude, I mean that's wild. There's a picture of it, of the shell. It's a big shell, man. It's like a mortar shell. This old man, this 88-year-old French dude, had a bomb, a mortar shell up his ass. Epic. That's what I'm saying. Anytime there's a butt story that pops up, I have to bring it up because it's too good. Like it's just become this whole extra sport that's not a sport on the show. But yeah, there's little risk the show was gonna explode inside the man, dude. How do you? Yeah, I don't know. Thoughts? Do you guys have any thoughts?
Well, the fact that it was a French man and a World War One bomb, I wonder if it was a German bomb, because that would be ironic.
I mean, I guess I'm not on the origin, the national origin. Yeah, how he got it is interesting. It's an antique explosive.
Well, I feel like that that entire French soccer team felt like they had one of those up their ass after that game.
Hey, yeah, fuck the France.
Bro,
I was so happy Messi won it. I was so happy.
Bro, that is wild. Not okay. There was the other day OJ Simpson was on. Do you guys know who Full Send is? The Nelk Boys and their Full Send podcast, and it's like some Canadian dudes that do pranks. Like, hey, you left your phone over here. They had OJ Simpson on their podcast, and they asked him about him potentially being Khloe Kardashian's dad, which is like a whole rumor that he was smashing and was mashing on these other chicks, and that he's actually OJ Simpson's dad. He denied it and then got super, super pissed off. I remember watching those OJ documentaries, and I know like there's all sorts of wild stuff. I feel like him, Marcus Allen, Kardashian, all these people were like fucking each other. It was like 6 or 7 of them, and they were all banging each other. I think he might be her dad.
Chloe's dad?
Yeah.
Chloe's the one that was Omar's wife, right?
Yeah, Lamar Odom, not Omar.
Omar from The Wire?
Yeah.
Gay
she
Omar.
I would say she definitely has more of a mix features, like a Mariah Carey look. Like, yo daddy black.
Well, they both just have big heads.
Or was Mariah Carey's mom black? I forget. Well, her dad.
I don't know, but that's epic. I mean, to have OJ Simpson on your podcast and then to ask him about his trial and the murders and all of that, and then to bring up the fact that he might be
Khloe and the
Kardashian's
fact that that's
dad
what
is pretty
pisses him
epic.
off. Not the murder questions, but the father question is what triggers him.
Yeah, he got super mad. He tried to laugh it off, and then he gets real serious like OJ does, and it's super scary. OJ's wild, man. I think he did it. You didn't see, there's a video clip of this guy at the Cleveland Browns game who's just completely shit-hammered and is still drinking White Claws. I guess you like White Claw, Goody, don't you?
Not anymore, man.
Okay. Well, you used to like White Claw.
Yeah, for sure.
See, I never understood what the appeal was of it.
light drinking.
It's like LaCroix, but with booze. And LaCroix tastes
Yeah.
like someone chewed up
Well,
some
I was
fruit
That's why-
and burped in your mouth. So it's not.
I was
That's why on
drinking
the
like
footage. I had a Michelob Ultra in my hand, dude. It's just you get older, you need that lighter beer. Can't
well,
feel
no,
that
I was
boldness.
drinking like IPAs, like 6 IPAs, or like around like on a night, and then I did the math with the alcohol percentage and then the calories with IPAs versus the White Claws, and it was like I could consume a lot more alcohol for the same amount of calories of like, uh, you know, of the like with the IPA. So that's why I made the switch. I was trying to get rid of my beer belly.
Trying to get rid of the beer belly, but still consume
It's
the
like
booze. I
it's
your
like White
style.
Claw
That's
is
smart.
like I'm an alcoholic, but I'm trying to be a healthy alcoholic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Hell yeah. Well, well, shout out. You heard it here first, you guys. If you want to get shit hammered all night, drink White Claws, you can, get more bang for your buck.
Actually, you want bang for your buck. I mean, there's only one go-to, and it's called Everclear.
But see, I think that getting like completely shit hammered at football games is a bad idea. Like any public sporting event is a bad idea.
One, you usually forget the whole game. That's how usually every time I've gotten really drunk at a Cowboys game, it's like I don't even remember the game.
Yeah.
Good or bad game.
What's two? You said one. What's two?
Oh, I end up spending $200 on 6 beers.
Yeah. Well, shout out to work because they gave me per diem, so I'm gonna get free money to go to the game, but I'm not gonna get shit hammered for like company seats, so they'll know. Do you guys know who Salt Bay is? Did you guys see any of this shit?
Of course, I know Salt Bay. He's a
Never heard of
goddamn.
him.
He's like SBF, dude.
So he was at the World Cup soccer game and just like mooching shots, holding on to the World Cup trophy constantly, and like hugging people's kids and kissing the trophy and looking like a total cheese ball. I'm not sure if you guys saw it. It's absurd. He's literally just like walking around and squeezing into other people's photos, taking pictures. I mean, I get it. He owns a restaurant, but it's kind of cringe, man. You
No,
gotta.
I heard that he's like a big fake and doesn't own the restaurant or anything.
What a phony.
He doesn't own it.
No,
So what does he do? That so he just sprinkles salt.
he's a clown, dude.
I mean, if he's not, that's a great grift, dude, because he's on he's kissing the World Cup trophy. That's pretty
Yeah.
epic.
I think
Yeah.
those two dudes walking around in those reflecting suits were pretty cool looking.
Oh, the mirror suits, those are pretty badass.
I literally thought the first video I saw, those stupid TikTok videos where it's like CGI put in the picture. I thought that's what it was at first. I was like, oh, they just added a CGI World Cup guy walking around the stadium. And then the more I watched the video, I was like, dude, that's a real suit.
Yeah, there's another video where he like walks up to Messi and Messi's like, "Yeah, whatever, bro. Like, peace out. Da, da, da. Later, bro." It's like super cheesy. I mean, yeah, I didn't know he didn't own it. That's new.
Yeah, I heard that recently. Somebody was like, "Did you hear Salt Bay is a fraud?" I was like, "I believe it, but I haven't actually looked into it."
Then what is he? Then why is he always there? Does he just show up with like his own
He
setup?
probably gets paid like for appearances.
Oh yeah, but I mean, yeah. So he just,
Like, he's got ghostwriters, homie.
he's got
but-
ghost chefs.
Ghost, yeah, just like rich people who own the restaurant, and they just roll his ass out there.
Are you
Like,
talking about the elbow guy?
yeah, probably
Yeah.
give him like a bunch of drugs and like just go out there.
Do your thing. Live your best life. Just shake it up. Yeah, well, you should go look it up. The videos are interesting because he's just wandering around, like slapping people, trying to grab trophies and shit from people, and these Argentina players look super fucking annoyed. And shout out Argentina, fuck France, and your bomb butt plug having ways. I'm glad they fucking lost. I did not want them to win again. I was not into that at all. Ugh.
Yeah, same. Mbappe's great and all. He's pretty much their whole team that one match. But yeah, Messi, I think it would have been a tragedy in the soccer world if Messi retired without having a cup.
Oh, for sure.
He deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was really just cheering for him because of Messi. I was like, if there's a powerhouse or someone that's big time that I'm going to pull for, it'll be Messi just strictly because I like him, or I mean, I guess Modric. But other than that,
And was that Argentina's first or second?
I think that's their second World Cup title.
Yeah,
'Cause
'cause,
Maradona
yeah.
won one, but he died recently, so you know.
Oh yeah, rest in peace to the Steelers running back too. 3 days before they were going to retire his number.
Oh yeah, Franco Harris. Yeah, immaculate reception. He passed away. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I thought it was funny. Just looking at all these random videos I remember seeing on TV. I was like, "Is that fucking Salt Bay? Is he wandering the fuck around?" Then there was another really interesting clip. I'm gonna play it. It's like a minute, so bear with me. But whenever the Bucks played, Giovanni Bernard, he's been injured a lot. He's missed some time this season. He was on the punt team. They snapped him a fake direct punt, and he caught it. Or he didn't catch it. He whiffed. He didn't even pay attention, like he didn't know it was coming. And they tried to interview him after the game, and he did not want to have it. And these people were harassing the fuck out of him. Like, well, you've been hurt all year, so, you know, what are we supposed to expect? Don't act like we don't try to talk to you just because. And, like, dude, it's pretty weird. It's kind of fucked up when you see how these reporters are trying to just get a reaction out of him. But give me a second. I'm going to play this clip. It's like a minute.
Well, you were injured all year.
What have you done for us to talk to you about all year? I talked to you Tuesday. Don't say you're not talking because it didn't.
And Giovanni Bernard's standing there, and they're like, "Hey, you know what? I talked to you on Tuesday. Don't act like that. Don't act like that. Don't act like we don't talk to you." And Giovanni's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! Like, what the fuck?" It's like they're all gang bum rushing this dude, man. It's kind of crazy. But you kind of got to be a bully.
I talked to you Tuesday. Don't say you're not talking because it didn't talk to you all year.
You were also injured most of the season too.
Just relax. Can I go to my family that I have outside? And
You
all
can.
of a sudden now?
Just don't say we didn't talk to you all year.
We just wanted to ask for your perspective on what happened
You're
there.
involved in one of the biggest plays of the game.
Okay.
Thank you, Jude.
I appreciate
That's
your
all.
time. We do.
We won't hold you.
We would have
I
talked to
mean,
you
I
in the
feel
season,
like you
but also
can be
you
a
were injured.
Just
to
tell us what
reporters,
occurred
though, right?
on the punt.
Miscommunication, that's all it was on my part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you're a good reporter, you're just going to eat that up and then spit it right back at him.
My fault. That's it.
Is this something the team hasn't practiced?
He's
all
like,
me.
"Yeah, it was my fault."
That's something I did
Did y'all
wrong.
practice that?
That's
It's
all.
my fault.
So you
It
were
was all
aware.
on me. Yep, number 25 out there, that was me.
Number 25.
I was the one that did it.
But were you aware
It
that
was
it was
just
a
me.
fake?
Yeah, I messed up.
I understand that, but we're just asking if you knew it was.
I
coming.
messed
We just
up.
didn't know if it was a communication
Yeah, I
breakdown.
messed up.
Thanks, Jude.
Yep. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
And but also, like, I'm not super surprised. The Bucks have been playing shitty, and I feel like Tom Brady's an ass. So I'm not too surprised that it's looking like, you know, like that kind of permeates through there because they're all kind of dicks. Like, Tom Brady's a dick. I'm sure they're all super frustrated. He hasn't played all year, but I don't think that they handle anything really well. I don't know. I'd tell him to fuck off though. And she's like, "You've been hurt all year, so it's not. That's why we haven't talked to you, is because you've been hurt all year." It's like, what? He looks at her like, "Bitch," like that's pretty crazy.
Gives her the Westbrook look.
Yeah, pretty much. And then one more little topic, and then we'll talk a little Cowboys Eagles before we wrap it up. There was a report that said the 32 franchises have spent $800 million on fired coaches and front office executives in the past 5 years. That's insane.
The whole league?
Yeah, the whole league. As firing season approaches, the NFL has informed owners of the league's 32 franchises that have spent $800 million on fired coaches and front office executives over the past 5 years. Because when they sign these guys at like $100 million deal and they fire him 2 years into it, they have to pay that shit out.
What's the timeline on that? Do you know?
5 years they spent $800 million.
I wonder if there's like more, if in that data it shows like certain teams that take the bulk, or not the bulk, but have higher percentage of turnover.
Like
that are,
Washington, the Panthers, Cleveland.
Bears have to be there, right?
Yeah, that's a shit ton of money.
The Bears and Browns.
I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. Goody, what do you think about that? That's a shit ton of cheddar.
Yeah, it is.
Like $800 million just for firing people. That's the deal, man. That's the ticket. You just get a gig, be an NFL coach, suck for a year, be really good in college. So they like.
Well, actually, that's nothing compared to a 5-year timeline when.
No, that's
regarding that. If you're going to be an owner, you're already a billionaire.
Well, yeah, but that's a billion, almost $1 billion spent to like say go home.
but split between 32 billionaires.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean it's a lot of money, man.
They go 800 million 5 years. We piss on that.
Like you get the job, that's like a pension. That's like a lifelong pension plan. So
Well, I found that out. I didn't realize stuff like that existed until I was talking to my buddy today about good old Henry Melton and about how he got like certain retirement funds, and then like you get like certain pension if you have like good enough insurance if you go out on an injury in the league too.
Well, yeah, and if you play for a certain period of time, you qualify for the NFL pension and stuff. The players have fought for that, so you can definitely. But they'll try to fuck you on like health insurance, paying for surgeries, stuff like that. They'll make you pay out of pocket. So there's certain things that are work-related injuries, like playing in the NFL, where you might not be covered by their insurance, and that's what people fight for. Like O.J. Simpson has a pension, and no one can touch it. That's why O.J. Simpson's still balling and living his best life, as he's collected a big fat NFL check.
You would say balling to describe O.J. Simpson?
Well,
he's balling
compared to the $30 million or whatever he had to pay out of a civil suit. Like that's money that they can't touch. So when he got out, it had accrued over time. So like that's money that he's owed.
He's like, retired on Naked Gun money.
No, but that's crazy. I mean, no, he makes way more in a year from the NFL than he does in a Naked Gun royalty. And they have to pay that every year. Like that's how it's structured.
I wonder how much he actually gets paid for, like, just to be at a place for his presence.
How much would it cost for an O.J. Simpson
how much does the juice
celebrity appearance?
Let's look it up. How much would it cost for me to get the juice
you
at my?
You could tweet him. You could tweet him, dude. He'd probably respond.
I bet he's on Cameo, so we can figure out the price real quick.
Yeah, he's on Twitter.
Oh no, I want him in person. If I'm having him at my birthday, he's coming in person and pouring orange juice over me while I blow out my birthday candles.
No, I think he has to take a discount if I have to like be around him. You know, if he's coming in person, it's less money.
I'm saying you could probably DM him
with any knives.
You could probably
he's gonna try to spend the night. You know, like he's gonna get all fucked up.
Dude, I'll be honest. If I hired him in a clause to where he couldn't leave and he had to stay the whole time, right when he shows up, I'm pulling out a glove and I'm like, "Hey, can you try this on for me?"
He'd be like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm just gonna slash out. I mean, I'm just gonna pass out on this couch." He'd be like, "What? Get the fuck out of here!"
And now you're gonna have to be trying to go to sleep with O.J. Simpson in your house.
Yeah,
no.
You know, and he'd be loud and he'd be up like scrolling through TikTok and shit at like 3 a.m. being loud.
He'd be doing his cameos.
So you'd be hearing him laughing and like, yeah, he'd be like, "Hi." Yeah, you hear him being like, "Hi, Phil. I wanted to say happy birthday, and I hope you're having a killer of a time. Best of luck." Like all night. It'd be terrifying.
I forget what stand-up it was back in the day. They had one of the best OJ jokes I've heard to this day, and they talked about, they bring it up randomly in the stand-up, and he's like, "Oh, have y'all heard about OJ Simpson's new website? It's, ojsimpson.com // shit the bitch ain't dead yet.com."
Yeah. Nah, he's wild, dude. He just runs around out here like a wild person. All right, well, enough for articles and clips. That wasn't that many. Yeah, I was gonna say, I also had one of Nick Foles' returns, but that's just epic. So we'll see how that goes for the Colts. But yeah, I mean, Cowboys Eagles is this week. I think the Eagles have a really good chance. I think that their defense is pretty solid. I know you're an idiot Cowboys supporter. Convince me and Goody why, because I mean, Goody, you're rolling with me. You think the Birds are winning this shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't.
Well,
it might not be close.
I'll start off first with my fantasy team. I was very happy to see my opponent
right now for your fantasy team.
Well, here we go. The fucking fantasy team.
It actually fits into what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, because it's football.
My opponent had Jalen Hurts, and I was like, "Ooh, sorry for you, buddy." Since it's playoffs, so I'll take that to start the week.
We'll find solace in your fantasy football injuries.
The only way y'all win on Saturday is if Dallas's defense doesn't show up. Y'all's defense isn't going to win y'all the game.
Or if Dak shows up. Hey.
Okay. He actually had a pretty good game, even though he did have some bad throws at times. But Out of the 2 interceptions, you can only blame him for 1.
I mean, can we just talk about it?
That game-ending interception was so like I didn't realize how bad it was until watching the replay and seeing the ball hit Noah Brown or what's his name? No.
Yeah, Noah Brown. But that was a horrible mechanic. Like, that was a stupid throw. Nothing about that throw is conventional. He was like hopping and throwing it at some weird ass thing.
If it hits my player in the chest and bounces off his chest, it's not like it bounced off his helmet or bounced off the tip of his fingers. It was his chest.
I just want to say, what the fuck is the name Dak? Like, we all just, he was like, my name is Dak. My name is Dak, and you guys just have to fucking accept that. I'm a cowboy. It's like, no, that is a dumb name. And if your name's Dakota, go by Dakota. And
wait, don't all of us here have nicknames though? That we all get
Dakota Rain Prescott.
Wait, is it? What does J-Hugs call you? He has a name for you. You just said it.
Okay. If I was the quarterback of the Cowboys, if they want to announce me as Mr. Goody Two Shoes, they can. But they wouldn't.
Damn well. If you had that paycheck, you get up to the podium and be like, I'm Mr. Goody.
Yeah, but he just was like, Dak, deal with it. He was like, no.
That'd be epic as fuck, Mr. Goody. That'd be so epic.
Hey, for all you know, to make you feel a horrible person, it could be the name his mom always called him, and that's why he stuck with it to honor his dead mother. So.
Pussy. Yeah, well, he might die on Christmas Eve. Bury him on the field.
Jesus.
Stick a fork in him. He's done.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're talking about Jalen Hurts? Yeah.
Get the blue tent out.
I think it's going to be a good game, but I like our defense matching up against your offense. Give up the fewest yards per pass play, the number 1 pass defense in the league, number 1 in sacks in the league. Do you realize that if a couple people in these next 3 games get like 2 sacks, we'll be the first team in NFL history to have 4 players with 10 or more sacks on the same team? We have 6 people on our team with 6.5 or more sacks. That's absurd.
Sharing is caring, you know, and
so
we
suck on that,
played a good game against y'all without our line that we have now, and with our backup quarterback. So
but think about this: if Jalen Hurts doesn't play in this game, and after Micah Parsons running his goddamn mouth about is it Hurts or is it the team? Ooh, you better show up, Micah Parsons, because if the mustache Minshew just goes out there and gives everybody a mustache ride in Dallas, Micah, Jesus Christ, you better hope you don't make the playoffs.
Parsons gonna rip off that mustache, and the refs are gonna look at him and go, "I'll allow it."
You can't rip it off, man.
You can't rip it off, dude.
Yeah, it's gone. That thing's gonna be flying around.
No,
it's welded on with.
Yeah, it was surgically implanted into his body.
It's gonna be a flying
Jesus
mustache,
Christ
like in the
himself.
movie Scott dies at the end or whatever.
Was sewn in with the holy threads by Jesus Christ himself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jesus had a beard, not a mustache.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you eat the bar, and sometimes the bar eats you.
Yep. I'll tell
Like I
you
said,
what,
I just
boy,
want to
that
hear
bar's
when we
gonna
win on
be eating
Saturday.
you down. Good,
Oh,
boy.
well, it was Gardner Minshew.
Boy, you better just get on out of here before you get got by the getters. You got me? You get
And
that,
I know you
boy?
have faith
You
because you're
get
going
that?
to the game.
Woo!
And you don't want to be the
Minshew
Philadelphia Eagles
mania.
fan at AT&T.
You're a mess, boy. I tell you what, we're coming for you, full force, full throttle, balls deep, and there ain't.
All I know
nothing
is
you
last
can do
Cowboys
about
game
it.
I was at was Eagles, and there was a guy walking around acting like he was walking a dog, but it was a Phillies jersey, and people were spitting on it, stepping on it.
Guess what? I'm gonna show up balls deep in some Eagles gear. Nobody's gonna do shit because everyone's like,
No, because all we do is make a prop and spit
They'll
on
be
it.
like, oh,
We're
get
not like
Papa
Eagles fans who will
John's.
actually spit and beat up on a physical human being.
Yeah, you goddamn right.
That's a brotherly love thing.
I'll give you brotherly balls in your face.
Yeah, you better think before you come into the link.
Yeah, boy. Don't get played. Don't get played.
Okay.
Go
Okay.
birds.
Go birds.
Go birds.
Yeah.
Go birds,
Birds.
bitch.
That's right.
Okay, Alfred Hitchcock.
So, do
Anyway.
you think you beat the Bucks? How pissed off would you be if you guys played the Bucks and the Bucks kicked the shit out of you in the first round? Of the
Well, first
playoffs?
of all, the Bucks
or the
wouldn't kick
Panthers.
the
If
shit out
Sam
of
Darnold went out there and
First of
cooked
all,
on you,
first of all, I don't care
straight
what the scenario is.
fry.
You think the Bucks are gonna kick the shit out of anybody in the playoffs?
If it's
Give me
y'all,
a break.
if it's you, absolutely.
Give me a break.
That's how
I don't
it's
care
written
who
in the
it is.
hieroglyphics, dude.
They might
The fact
end
that
your
the
playoff
Bucks
run.
Make the playoffs.
Dude, I saw it was on the Rosetta
think
Stone, dude. I saw it
fair
on Ancient Aliens, dude. You can't
That
deny
people aren't talking about the Bucks and that division, how they were talking about the Cowboys when they were the lead of NFC least.
it. It's just
and
because
how,
y'all choke.
oh,
That's
I
why.
don't
It's
even
because
think
y'all have
the
never beaten.
Cowboys-
Because you've never. Tom Brady's never lost to the Cowboys. That's one reason. So it's like, could Tom Brady beat them? He's never lost to the
Yes.
Cowboys.
Yes, the Texans almost beat them.
So the Texans played against good game against y'all too. Wasn't
They've,
it tied
they've only
at half?
they only
Wasn't it
won
tied at
one.
half?
Dude, we lit them the fuck up,
It's
and then
still
we ate
close game.
barbecue
Close
on the
game, close
50-yard
game.
line afterwards.
All that matters is the win.
Then we took a shit there afterwards. Said, we ate
Yeah.
here. We ate here. I sat here for 6 hours and let it digest just to take this poop to let
Hey,
you know
if
that
it
I was
makes
here.
Eagles fans feel better about bragging about beating Houston, I mean, give yourself it.
We tore up the field so bad I wanted to
There you go.
put some manure on there.
There you go. Easiest schedule of the whole year. No one wants to talk about that either.
Whatever,
You
dude.
fucking
Just deal
jokes.
with your boy like South Dakota or whatever the fuck his name is. Worry about him
I mean,
not
it's-
throwing
it's-
picks. He's gonna throw how many picks? I think he throws 3 picks in this game. 3
Zero.
interceptions.
He'll throw 0.
Oh, because they won't be close
0
enough for
picks.
us to pick. They'll just be like such a bad pass that like there's no man's land.
Well, other
If he
teams do that
if he
either.
gets a pass off, if he
Other
even
teams
gets
do
one
that. You're
pass
saying
off,
you're not even good enough to pick off Dak? That's sad.
I don't think he'll get an opportunity because we'll just be sacking him all night.
But,
Oh, y'all might get 1 sack.
Okay, he might get out of the stadium alive, maybe.
yeah.
So next week when Cowboys win, what's the talk going to be?
we still win the
Well, we're
division.
winning the
we
division.
still win the
We
division.
winning
We're
the
still the
division.
number 1 seed in the NFL. We can
Yeah.
afford to lose a game.
We beat the
Honestly,
Jaguars.
don't care.
okay.
Same.
But
Already
I'm
in
just
the
saying we're
playoff.
better and we look good and y'all are trash and Dak sucks and you lost to Sunshine from fucking Remember the Titans. He went out there and slang it all over you. Him, Red, Julius Campbell, Gary Bertier, and Rev. They all went out there and danced on that ass.
And
boy.
Doug Peterson.
Yeah, and-
Doug Peterson.
Yeah, Doug
the Super Bowl
Peterson.
winning coach of the Eagles.
And you're out there like, oh man, McCarthy's like, oh, what do I do? What a bitch.
What are y'all talking about Doug Peterson now?
Because he was on the
He's
Jags.
the coach of the
He's the coach of the
Jaguars.
Jags.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Don't you put some respect on that name? Giving away
Like
that.
another game that didn't mean anything to us, but meant
Interception.
everything to the Jags. Like
It didn't mean anything to you. Like you have a chance to say
we
within.
lost and got into the playoffs. Jags have to win out to make
That's
it to the playoffs.
sad. We lost and got into the playoffs. That's the most Cowboys thing I've ever heard. You
How
should
is
be
that
like,
sad?
you should be like, damn man, we gotta step it up over these next couple games and get right before we get into the playoffs. No one wants to get in on a technicality because they lost. If you're like, oh, we're in, but you lose 3 games straight.
Oh, you mean like the Giants when they won both their Super Bowls?
Yeah, but they got in as a wild card and they got hot. That's completely different.
No.
They were 9-7. Those teams were 9-7, so they were supposed to be worse, and they snuck in. They went on a win streak to get into the playoffs.
Well, that's what you just said. Cowboys.
No,
you're
the
gonna be
Cowboys
happy about
need to
getting
win.
in.
The Cowboys need to win some games to get the.
You just said you recounted me for saying that I don't care if we lose. We're already in the playoffs, and you go, "Oh, you gonna be happy with just sneaking in?"
Well, yeah, you want. I'd hope you want to rattle off some more wins before you go in. If you're losing,
they can't.
If you're losing going into the playoffs,
can't?
that's not a good look.
We can't
Yeah.
beat Philly, Titans, and Washington.
Oh,
No.
no, dude, no.
Oh,
way, dude.
no?
Philly
This is not doable?
Heineken, dude. Heineken's gonna open some Heinekens on your ass,
It's
dude.
going to be tough. You at least don't
Heineken
want to get.
0 though. He's straight arrow now. He's cleaned up.
Well, we
his
know
head.
if
You don't want the 7th seed because if you then win your round 1 against the Niners, then you have to play the Eagles.
Okay, and hey, side note: if someone was gonna play Tyler Heineke in his true life story, would that person be Mark Wahlberg? Yes or no? I think it would be. Tyler Heineke is the Mark Wahlberg of football.
No.
He has to be. He seems kind of like hard. Like he's like hard out there. Like
no, he's more of a Kevin.
Then who would play Tyler Heineke? I can't. Like that's the best person I could think of. Is Mark Wahlberg.
Damon.
Oh, I was thinking of
okay.
Cuban.
Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban.
No, Wahlberg's played a football
Tom
player,
Brady.
and it was a Jet player.
That'd be
so he's already done a football movie. You can't do two.
Who?
Sure, he can.
Cuban or Wahlberg.
Are you confusing
he did.
Mark Cuban and Mark Wahlberg? It's got to
Wahlberg
be on the
did.
name.
Yeah, the Eagles movie.
Mm-hmm. Invincible.
You mean Jet? Wasn't it a Jet?
That was the Eagles. That's how sick the Eagles are that you could just be like a bartender and then walk on and get on the team.
Do you remember that?
Did they win?
Do you remember that like after school TV movie that had Tony Danza in it, where he was a field goal kicker and he worked as a garbage man, and he would always have to kick the lever on the garbage truck, so it gave him a super strong leg, and then he ended up becoming a kicker for the Philadelphia Eagles.
This sounds like something I watched on Everything Is Terrible last night.
It's amazingly bad, but it's Tony Danza as a field goal kicker for the Eagles. But he works as a garbage man. He has to kick this lever really hard, and that's how he got his strong leg. They call him the garbage.
Yeah, I'm
man.
interested if we're actually going to see some T.Y. Hilton on the field.
Dude, T.Y. Hilton's old ass.
Hey, as an extra receiver, I'll take it.
Garbage. Yeah, it was called the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon.
That's the way too long of a title for a movie I've ever heard.
That's what it's called, man. 5 out of 10.
I'd rather watch every single Air Bud movie in existence than that movie.
The first 2 Air Bud movies are so clutch, and then it just gets ridiculous. Like when he's like playing field hockey, I'm like, how is he gonna play field hockey? He can't play lacrosse. His paws don't work that way. He doesn't have opposable thumbs. His wrists don't bend like that. It's impossible. He could never.
Dude, imagine if Air Bud was like real, and then like somebody had like an overbearing dad, and they had to go home and tell their dad that they lost to a dog in the sporting event. Like that's gonna be tough on that kid.
Yeah, there's a lot of perpetuated family abuse because of that dog, and it's participation in recreational sports. That is.
But then where's the scene where he can't make it into the pros because he dies and he has to be put down because he doesn't live long enough?
Christ. Take it dark.
I went to a hockey game and they busted out the Air Bud hockey dog and he had 4 skates on. He was just like mobbing the ice.
What, a Stars game?
I forget if it was Stars or if it was out here in LA.
Oh, speaking of which you said earlier, what poker site do you use, by the way?
We're live streaming right now.
Bro.
I'm not trying to blow up my spot.
There's people who live stream their poker matches.
No, I know, but
you need to tell J-Hugs on the down low because I think I use America's Best and it sucks.
No.
Or something. I miss the old Poker Star days in Full Tilt, man.
Yeah.
What happened? They just got rid of it because people were getting ripped off, or what?
Well,
no, they passed a law
found out that it was Canadian, and then all this hassle, and then now it's only allowed in like Jersey or something.
No, yeah, it's allowed in like a few states, but California just had it on the ballot. Well, that's sports gambling, and they just had it on the ballot, and overwhelmingly lost to legally sports gamble. However, we are allowed to play poker. Like there's poker rooms all around in LA because it's in
Dallas, which is
it's
weird.
A game of skill. That's what so.
I actually saw a commercial on a local station in Dallas for the poker room, and I was like, "What? How is this?"
There's poker places that get busted all the time in Dallas.
It's like Delta 8. It's like, really, I can't just have weed. You can't have weed shots. You got Delta 8 shots.
Last thing on the
poker room is all I need.
Have you guys seen any of these ads for these Delta 8 gummies and stuff on YouTube where they're like, I'm about to relax and it's my day off.
No, they don't have those out in California.
Bro, it is so cringe. It's some fucking boomer with like Just for Men's hint of gray, and they got some fucking Delta 8, and he's like, man, I just try to relax and unwind on my days off, and I'm about to with eating this cannabis infused gummy. But they beep out the word cannabis. They don't even say the word. They bleep it out like it's something bad. And it's legal in all 50 states. If it's that legal, why the fuck are you bleeping it out, dude? They can't even say cannabis on this fucking
That makes me
commercial.
want to make a beer commercial where anytime someone says beer or alcohol, I beep it out.
Dude, it's so fucking stupid. And I've seen it. It pops up constantly. It's like, so obviously you're watching my stuff because it's like, hey, do you want some weed gummies? I'm like, no, I'm not going to click on some YouTube ad to order Delta 8 weed gummies. I'm good. I'm not a 52-year-old single mom in the burbs. Those are just like my neighbors. So wrong house.
You can't have a dispensary in Santa Monica, like, because the city voted to not have them. But like it borders Venice, and so you can just go to right across the border and get it.
Yeah.
But there was this weed dispensary right next to my apartment, and I was like started getting like a bunch of stuff, and then and I saw like Delta 8. I'm like, wait a second, this is Delta 8? And then I was like, is all of this Delta 8? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, what? And I just went and put everything back and left. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, you can't do that. You got to put that on out front, man.
Yeah.
You got to warn somebody.
Better ask somebody.
All right. Smellwood's in dad mode.
Are we done?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to wrap it up, man. I mean, you got anything? You got to take off? Or I'm going to wait for Smellwood to come back so I can say goodbye because he's off in the distance.
I'll watch from afar.
All right. Well, I appreciate you for coming on, man. Mr. Goody, you got your bets in. Good job. Like, follow, subscribe, follow him, Andy F Baby on Instagram or at Talk Shit or Get Off the Pod. Check out our other shit. We'll be back Monday. I appreciate you coming on, man.
Andy F Baby 88.
Andy F Baby 88.
Or at Talk Shit or Get Off the Pod.
Or at Talk Shit or Get Off the Pod. Go follow that
or
shit.
On Twitter, Jesus F Baby, but I'm never on there.
Yeah, why don't you use that? And not, dude,
Because
Twitter is wild. You need to log in because Twitter is fucking wild. There's all sorts of wild shit going on right now. So
I got hacked like 8 times in a row, like 10 years ago, and I just was like, fuck this.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. All right.
Well, all right, later.
Later, man. Mr. Goody. We're just going to wait for Smallwood. We're just going to wait for his punk ass. Is that... No, we're going to do this one. Some of them are... like blocked. Well, Angry Black Quarterback, number 16. Welcome to the Jerry Dome. Got a big game this week. Cowboys, Eagles. Definitely going down. Going to be a good time. I will be there. I'll get some videos, some pictures. It should be an awesome time. Make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe. Check out all of the shows. Talk Shit or Get Off the Pod. Angry Black Quarterback. Elwood's coming back. I'm wrapping it up, man. We're calling it. No, I figured. I was like, I'm going to wait for him to come back because he's in dad mode. But I appreciate you coming on, man. So, you know, I'm sure we'll be talking shit. I'll talk to shit to me on Saturday after the game because during the game, I'll probably be paying attention.
All right. I'm going to make sure I'm going to go buy an eagle from the pet store. And so every time the Cowboys score a touchdown, I'm going to text you a picture of me teabagging this eagle.
All right, that's weird and probably against some sort of laws, but that's
no.
That's Elwood. Elwood, everybody.
Eagle.
Elwood.
It's the eagle you can strictly buy to teabag. It's a weird thing. I don't.
Oh, okay.
It's called the Philadelphia Eagle or something.
Oh, okay. Well, Elwood, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, we clap you off. So I appreciate you coming on, man. And yeah, always good to have him on. But yeah, make sure you guys check out the games this weekend. Should be a lot of fun, bunch of action. If you got a bet, place your bets, whatever. Y'all just be safe. Christmas coming up. Be with your friends, family, people you care about and love. Just enjoy it, relax, have fun. That's what it's supposed to be. I'm sure I'll be stressing my ass off. Hey, look, it's back. He's back. Sure, I'll be stressing my ass off because I hate the holidays. But this year should be better than most. So y'all just be good, stay out of trouble. And be safe. Merry Christmas. Peace out. Fucking later. Fucking Elwood.
Every now and then when I feel a bit buggy, I look at the floor, man, I need a new ruggy. Scratch that, I'll get some beers and get chuggy. Nah, man, I know what I need, some more man huggy. Oh, man. Man, huggy. Put your headphones on for proper audio quality.